This is Mayank and welcome to the channel. So today we'll talk about a new kind of stock. It's in metallurgy. So it's a mining company. So it's Maithan Alloys Limited. So why this stock? The reason being this stock is into mining of manganese, specifically manganese. So we'll do one thing. We'll talk in three different steps. First, we'll understand the business, what they do, and then we'll talk about the use of manganese and the future prospect of it as a metal, and then we'll go into the fundamental analysis of the company. So start with, we'll have opened the website of Maithan Alloys. So what they do is they mine manganese. Okay. And what the use of manganese? So we'll start with this. They have three kind of manganese: silica manganese, ferromanganese, and ferrosilicon. So they mine this kind of manganese, and they have clients mostly in the steel industry. So these are the people who are director of the company, management team, independent directors, and they have some milestones. So these things probably can go to the website and read about all those things written on the website. As a business, they are into manganese mining and they are into supplying manganese to mainly to steel companies. So these are the few clients they have. SAIL, Steel Authority of India Limited, it's a government company. Tata Steel, Jindal Steel, and Jindal Stainless. So these are a few companies which these are few companies, not all. If you go into customers, they have so it's loaded now. So they have these many companies as a client. So POSCO is a big company, they is their client. India Steel is the client. Qatar Steel is the client. So they have both international and national presence. So they are into major supplier of manganese to this particular steel companies. So now this is what they do. Okay, and they have 75% repeat clients, right? So now they have some key points which we can see here. So they have increased their production 16% CAGR since 2007. They have long-term relationship with their clients. So all the clients, all domestic clients are repeated. Around 75% of clients are repeating clients, and they are gaining their market share. Right now they hold 7% of installed manganese-based ferroalloy capacity in India. It accounts for 1% of the global manganese alloy supply. So right now Australia, South Africa are the major countries which supply manganese, but they control nearly 1% of the entire global supply, and that's just not a small number if you see. So net cash surplus, one of the key points. So they reduce their debt a lot. We can discuss on that later. And they have two subsidiaries as well: AXL Exploration and Anjani Minerals Limited. So these are the few key points about them. This is what the current company looks like. Now the point comes, why this particular company, why Maithan Alloys, and specifically why manganese. So if you know, the EV sector is going to a big time change in the automobile thing, right? So down the line, 5 years down the line, a lot of vehicles will be into EV. So EV has a one primary thing called lithium ion battery, right? So to produce lithium ion battery, you need a small amount of manganese in that. This is one thing. So there are three kind of batteries. One is lithium ion, one is with cobalt, and other is with manganese as 60% composition for the battery. So now the demand of manganese will increase a lot, because since government is pushing a lot of infrastructure, so steel will be much more in demand. So when steel goes a lot in demand, manganese itself is a primary metal used in making the steel from iron ore, right? So since already the demand of manganese will increase, so this particular company which is into manganese mining itself, completely into manganese mining, will be much more in demand. So this is one part which is sorted. The upcoming demand which is beyond the steel are the production of batteries for the EV sector. So EV is not only about cars. A lot of bikes will come, autos will come, buses will come, and all of them together will go for your requirement of battery. Also, manganese is required to create storage, battery storage solutions like solar cells, what Tesla has done. Probably somebody in India will also start launching solar storage cells. So for that also we need manganese. So manganese is going to be a hell lot of demand in the future, specifically steel, and then upcoming market which is just starting. So we all know how steel market is, but nobody knows how big that market of EV can become. EV both in vehicle, electric vehicle, and both storage, power storage. So in both the case, the demand of manganese is going to be very high. Sorry again. And there are only few countries which produce a lot of manganese, and India there are only few companies which actually mines manganese, and this particular company is entirely into manganese. They don't do anything else, and they have very good contacts with all their clients. I told they have repeated clients, and since they are have good name in this, fetching a new client and supplying manganese to them is not a big deal for them, since they are well established in the business. So keeping these two things in mind, this company when it comes to manganese is a good company, and it will always be in demand today and also in the future. So this part of the business is clear. Now we'll go to the part where we'll check the fundamentals of this particular company. So yeah, so its market cap is 1823 crores, so it's a small cap company. The stock is very attractive. It's 8.36, it's less than 10, so it's very attractive. The book value is 444 and the current price is 626. It has increased by a small amount today, so it became close to 630. So still it's not even 1.5 times its book value. Okay, so this is pretty good. The dividend yield will not see, it's a growing company, so it's less than 1%. That doesn't matter much. ROC is very good in terms of sector, and ROE also is very good in terms of sector. So mining sector doesn't have a very good ROC and ROE, since it's well controlled by government, and it's has a lot of other factors. In considering that, this particular ROC and ROE is very good. Now, the most important part of this particular stock is promoter holdings and debt. So, promoter holding is 75%. So, whatever maximum the promoters can keep with themselves, they are holding that much. So, everything is possible is there with the promoters, the entire 75%. Second important thing is their debt. Now, mining is a very high investment business. You need a lot of money to start a mining thing, also to operate it. Being in that business, if your debt is 10 crores, so it's almost debt free. Debt to equity ratio is 0.01, so almost debt free. Being almost debt free in this particular business is a huge task in itself, and it's a very good thing if a company is in that position where they can call themselves debt free. This particular company has a free cash flow of 531 crore as well. So you see, they are debt free and they have a free cash of 531 crores. So this makes the enterprise value to 1194. So that is much less than what is their market cap. So I have created already a video where I explained few important terms like enterprise value, ROC, ROE, and everything. You can watch that video. I leave the link in the cards and the description as well. But to summarize that, if your enterprise value is less than your market cap, that means you can buy the entire company by paying the enterprise value, where you will get the business of the market cap. In a nutshell, you pay only 200 crores to get a business of 1800 crores. So this company is already available at a cheap price. So this is what enterprise value is all about. Now, few things which might not look very attractive here are the sales. Right? So this sales has been quite consistent. So it increased little bit from here, 507, decreased here, but so it's like fluctuating. But the good news is that after lockdown they didn't do much business because mining was closed. Now they are going back into track. Okay, and as I told you, this is the present, but the future prospect, as we discussed, is different. So demand will increase a lot. So this particular stock is not a short term bet, or not even, I will say, a medium term bet. This is a long term bet. So when it's a long term, it's probably 5 years or more than 5 years. So this is a multi-bagger if you can invest for a long term, with long term perspective. So this is the quarterly profit and loss statement. So here we can see the clear picture. From March 2009, it was 643 crore sales, 477. It came down a little bit, and from then onwards, it never ever came down. So 605 2011, 12 it was 673, 2013 it was 948 crores, 2014 it was 957 crores, 2015 it increased to 1103 crores, 2016 it increased to 1146 crores, 2017 it increased to 1337 crores, 1873 crores, 1979 crores. Is consistently increased. Even in 2020 also, because of this last first few months of lockdown, they also made a revenue of 1816 crores. Trailing 12 months 1550. This is in spite of having this lockdown. Around to 6 months where mining was completely closed, they made this revenue. And now December quarter is yet to come. So there is a very good chance they will, in spite of this lockdown, due to high demand in steel, they will cross that March 2020 revenue as well. This is the present scenario. I'm telling multiple times, this is only for the steel market. The EV market is yet to be explored. Net profit, if you see, started with 0, 30, 73. It came down a little bit, 40, 44, 11. I think this is because they might be in debt. I'm not sure about this. Interest. No, it's not because of that. I will see, it's because of expenses maybe. No. Okay, so whatever the reason, we will have to research more on this. But yeah, from here onwards, they never lost the market like profit. 53, 79, 180, 292, 255, 222 because in the March, and now they already reached 218 trailing 12 months. So they will definitely they'll cross this entire March 2020. So these things looks good. If you see their stock price, that became 45% CAGR for the last 5 years. So that is compounded annual growth rate is 45% for the stock price for last 5 years. And as per me, this is going to be the same in the next coming 5 years because of multiple verticals of demand for manganese. So this is what is all about. If you see reserves have increased significantly from 2009 to 2020. It was 78 crores, so it increased all the way till 1263 crores, close to 18 to 19 times in the space of 11 years. So that's a very good growth. They don't have any liability, almost zero borrowings, only 10 crores. Being a mining company, that's a huge thing. So overall, this looks pretty good. We'll go to shareholding pattern, as I told you, almost 75% with the promoters, the maximum, and remaining 23% are with the public. In 23% also, there are a couple of people who are holding this, but it's not mentioned. There's some data issue. So maybe you can say around 20% is there with the public, everything else with the promoter. FIIs and DIs have very less stock in this company. So the fundamental of the company is pretty good. They have good sales growth. In the balance sheet, they have good reserves. They have grown in the past, right? And they have good CAGR growth of stock price. They have a very good fundamentals where they are almost debt free. Their ROE is almost best in the industry. So they are doing pretty good. Current price is still there. They have a scope to reach the 52-week high. But my personal thing is they'll definitely cross the lifetime high. So lifetime high was close to 900 something. We'll check. So lifetime high is close to 978.65. So my personal idea is they'll cross that lifetime high very soon, and in the long term they might create a new lifetime high since the demand is going to increase in multiple verticals. And India doesn't have a lot of companies which are into manganese. There are a few more companies we can see in the peer-to-peer these things. So GMDC is one more company in the manganese thing, and MOIL is the government mini ratna, and it is also into manganese completely. So these are only few companies which are entirely into manganese. So these companies will always be in demand. Now peer-to-peer comparison, this is the only stock, sorry, which is almost debt free, and they have got pretty good ROCE and ROE. Out of these three companies, they have the best ROCE and ROE, right? Level 19 and 15. So these three companies, nobody has this ROC and ROE. So considering all these factors, the debt, the current company's position, the ROC, ROE, and the future prospect, this particular company looks very good for investment. And I'm saying again, this is not a recommendation, this is not a buy call, this is just my analysis on a particular sector or any particular stock. So you do your own research, you go through the entire key points, you go through their website, you understand the business, you can browse some more articles on EV sector, how the battery thing works. If you find that this is a helpful this is a good company to invest in, please go ahead and do it at your own risk. Don't consider this as a recommendation from my end at all. Okay. And yeah, so that's it about if you find this video helpful, please like the video, and if you want to share it with your friends, please go ahead and share it with your friends. Let everybody know what we are trying to do. And if you think our content is good, if you think it's helpful for you, please subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever we put something out. And if you have any queries, if you think it's you love the video, please let us know in the comment section. We'll try to put more content in the same domain. And yeah, see you later, and thank you so much.